You just landed the promotion, the big one. You're thrilled. Your paycheck is finally going to match what you bring to this place. And then it hits. A flicker of dread. You stop. Am I actually good enough for this? What if I start and they find out I'm not quite up to it? What if I'm a fraud? Welcome to Imposter Syndrome, a common, strange little behavior that turns out to be a survival instinct. And today I'll show you why it's a feature, not a bug. Humans. A quirky look at one of the most fascinating creatures on Earth. Here's what makes this one so strange. That dread you just felt isn't a sign you're not good enough. It's almost the reverse. The more capable you actually are, the louder it tends to get. This is one of the best documented feelings there is. Around 70% of people will sit in it at least once. The quiet certainty that their success was luck or timing or a mistake nobody's caught yet. It has a name and a date. Two psychologists in 1978 gave it one after studying a particular kind of person who kept turning up in their office. Not the strugglers, the high achievers. Brilliant, accomplished people, utterly convinced they had fooled everyone around them. And that's the first clue that something odd is going on, because there's a well-known effect that runs the opposite way. The people who are worst at something tend to be the most sure of themselves, too unskilled to even see what they're missing. The genuinely good ones do the reverse. They see exactly how much they don't know, and they read that gap, that clear, honest view of the climb still ahead, as proof they don't belong. So the better you get, the more of the mountain you can see. And the more of the mountain you can see, the smaller you feel standing on it. Which leaves us a real puzzle. Why would a brain be built this way? Why would the most capable members of a species be the ones it quietly convinces they're frauds? To find out, we have to stop looking at the office and go and look at the animal this brain was built for. So let's go back together now. Past the promotions, past the job titles, past the offices and the open plan floors. Back to a small band of humans on an open plain, a few dozen of them, all who you have and all who will ever have you. No company, no HR, just the group and your place in it. In that world, your rank was everything. Where you sat in the band decided what you ate, who you slept beside, whether your children lived. Status wasn't vanity, it was survival, measured out in food and safety and second chances. And so the animal watched it standing constantly, quietly, without ever being told to. But here is the part that matters. Rising too fast was dangerous. Look closely at how these small bands actually worked, and you find something the anthropologists have a name for. Leveling. The group had ways of pulling down anyone who climbed too high, too visibly. An individual who got ambitious, who started acting like they were better than the others, who reached for more than the band had given them, was mocked, cut down, reminded of their place. And if that didn't work, pushed out altogether. And being pushed out was not a setback. Out there, alone, away from the group that fed you and watched your back while you slept, you did not last long. Exile wasn't embarrassment. Exile was a death sentence, served slowly. So sit with the problem the ancient animal faced. It needed to be good enough to earn its place, to be useful, to rise. But it could not be seen to think it was good. The one who strode in certain of their own worth, who reached up and grabbed at status, that one got leveled, got cut, got left behind. And evolution's answer to that problem is the feeling you carry to this day. A quiet built-in brake, a voice that turns up exactly when you start to climb and says, careful. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't let them see you think you're better than them. Stay low. Stay useful. Stay safe. The animal that felt that brake kept its head down, kept its place, and lived. The animal that didn't, that strutted, that overreached, got leveled out of the gene pool. You are descended from the doubters. The confident ones aren't here to feel anything at all. But there's a second thing happening underneath. And it's even older, because the brake was only half of it. The other half was the watching. Deep in the body sits an ancient alarm system, the one that floods you with adrenaline at a shadow, the one that braced your ancestors a heartbeat before the threat arrived. It is built to look forward, to scan for danger that hasn't happened yet and get the body ready before it does. In a world of teeth and cliffs, that alarm scanned the outside. But in a world of rank and reputation, it learned to scan something else. It turned inward and started watching your standing. Am I safe in this group? Have I slipped? Is someone about to notice I'm not what they think I am? And the maths of that watching was brutally simple. Picture two ancestors. One quietly overestimates herself, reaches too high, gets challenged, gets cut down. The other quietly underestimates herself, lays low, double-checks, expects the worst, prepares too hard. One of those mistakes could get you killed. The other just made you a little anxious and a lot more careful. So evolution did the sensible thing. It set the dial low. It tuned the animal to doubt itself, because the cost of doubt was a bad night's sleep, and the cost of confidence was exile. It's not a broken smoke alarm. It's a smoke alarm set deliberately too sensitive, because in the world it was built for, a false alarm cost you nothing, and a missed one cost you everything. So you carry both, the brake that fires when you rise, and the watcher that scans for the moment you'll be found out. Two ancient programs, running quietly under the floor of every promotion you'll ever get. Now walk back to today, to the office and the new title, and the dread that arrived uninvited the second you should have felt proud. To you. That voice asking, am I really good enough? The one that got louder the higher you climbed. It isn't lying to wound you. It's doing its oldest job. It's the leveling instinct, firing on schedule the moment you rose. Careful, don't get ahead of yourself. The same brake that kept 10,000 generations of your ancestors from being cut down for reaching too high. And the certainty that you'll be exposed, that someone's about to look closely and take it all back, that's the watcher. The ancient alarm set too sensitive on purpose, scanning a tribe that isn't there anymore, because that's the thing. There is no band waiting to level you now. No exile. No plane. The promotion is real, the work was yours, and nobody is coming to pull you down. But the brake doesn't know that. It fires anyway. Aimed at a danger that vanished 100,000 years ago, and it fires hardest in the people doing best, because it was never built to measure how good you are. It was built to measure how far you've climbed, and to get loud precisely when you climb. So, no, you're not a fraud. You're the opposite. That feeling isn't the system failing. It's the system working, exactly as designed, in a world it no longer fits. A feature, not a bug. You just thought it was self-doubt. It is. It's also 200,000 years of staying alive. The lights of the office hum on. You sit at the new desk with the new title, feeling like you've gotten away with something. You haven't. You earned it. And some ancient part of you is simply doing what it has always done when one of us rises, pulling gently on the reins, whispering, stay humble, stay careful, stay safe. And maybe that's not the worst inheritance to carry. The ones who never felt it reached too far, too sure, and the plains swallowed them whole. You feel like a fraud because you're built from the ones who survived. Next time, we look at another strange habit of this animal, the way it stands alone in the shower and wins, perfectly, devastatingly. An argument with someone who isn't even there. If you'd like to keep watching the most fascinating creature on Earth, make sure you subscribe. We post a new specimen every other day. Humans? There's nothing quite like us.